What's up, everybody? Hello, happy Saturday. Dustin, Starr here with the official live reaction of episode 105, which was Super Bout 2, week 1. All right, so hold on, let me fix this real quick. So, what a week it was for Memphis Wrestling, though, that is for sure. All right, I think that's good. Coming to you from my home here, right down the street from Memphis, Tennessee. Of course, you can see that I'm sporting my Memphis Wrestling merch. You guys can check that out at championshipdrip.com. We have some all-new stuff at Pro Wrestling Tees as well. But welcome to the live reaction. Let's talk Memphis Wrestling. Let's talk Memphis Wrestling Super Bout 2. Big, huge main event. Young Goat versus Young Goat. And just when you think that this feud is going to end the way that we all wanted, no offense, Aaron Roberts or Justin Case, but Zay Washington making his return alongside our head of security, Big Dan. That was a huge main event grudge match. Also, we had a number one contendership match for the Memphis Wrestling Women's Championship. And the gun show going face to face with the 387-pound master of Fat Jitsu, K Toomer. And of course, I see in the chat here, my lovely Maria returned to the broadcast position, and it was good to have her back. We only had to bleep a couple of times. I think it made her proud while I was gone, though. All right, let's get to the chat. Hello, Robert. How are you? Jamal says, let's go. What up, my guy? I appreciate that. Big Dan in the house, and he has a sigh. Yeah, nice job, Big Dan, but those two guys will stop at absolutely nothing to pick up the victory. And here's Justin Case right here. How awesome is Aaron Roberts? Well, I will tell you, we all thought that Zay Washington, I know I did, thought that Zay Washington was going to make a triumphant return and put Aaron Roberts in his place. But with Justin Case ringside with Aaron Roberts, it almost makes it impossible. It's 2-on-1 every single time. And, you know, Aaron Roberts, I think they're listing him at like 380. I don't think that's enough. And the reason I say that is this is a huge man. How's he going to be stopped, especially with Justin Case in his corner? And you heard, he had some things to say about K Toomer, and he had some things to say about the gun show. So I don't care who it is, but Aaron Roberts looks like he's picking next. Whew. Whether we like it or not, Big Dan and Justin Case here in the chat. Steve G says hello, great to have Maria back. I totally agree. Michael Wade says, oh yeah, Dustin 5-star. Good to see you at the live in the live chat there. Jamal says, Problem Child reminds me so much of Big Van Vader. Yes, but a much younger Big Van Vader. These guys like Aaron Roberts and Zay Washington have so much experience. But oh my goodness, it doesn't look like they've literally matured into what they're going to be because they're so young. I think about like the Usos from about 5 years ago where they had the face paint and, you know, the baggy shorts and all that kind of stuff. And then now look at them. They look like, and I'm not saying anything disparaging about Zay and Aaron. I'm saying that they are going to be huge stars, especially here in Memphis Wrestling and probably all across the world, just with their talent and everything. But yeah, Michael Wade's here. Problem Child reminds me of Vader. T-Ward, another really good episode here. One of my best, or one of my favorite episodes in many, many months because you weren't on the call. Just kidding, Terrence, I promise. There were actually comments, and I know that you were in the live chat as well, but there were comments in there saying, we love Terrence Ward, but welcome back, Maria. I think Maria cusses a little bit more than you, Terrence. Michael says, hello, T. Ward. Willie's here. He says, Aaron Roberts' problem is just Tyrus's problem. They both can't stay away from the restaurants and buffet tables. Oh, my gosh. Lurvy says, hello, Dustin. It's my second anniversary eyeing your promotion. Well, we appreciate it. You've been there since day one, Lurvy. I saw the first episode on February 27, 2021. I also remember the referee BT referred to as Plastic Man. Someone feed that guy. Oh my gosh, that's Mark Medley. Referee Mark Medley was in the ring today, and yeah, he's a thin guy. I don't know what else to say about that. But yes, he has been with us for quite a while. Justin Case says that Aaron Roberts is not going to be stopped. James Gonzalez, this is a good idea. We got to start a swear count for Maria in chat like we did when we had the outfit changes for Dustin. Great to have Maria back. Yeah, the wardrobe changes with Suit You. I remember that. Jamal says, Jimmy Blaylock, like him or not, is the closest thing since Bobby the Brain Heenan in a long time as managers go. Well, I'm not going to put that over at all because Jimmy Blaylock is an absolutely disgusting human being. What he did before, during, and after the women's match. I can't wait to see him get knocked out. And next week, Van Vicious versus Colton Cage, one-on-one in a Hollywood grudge match. A big Hollywood blockbuster match, and we'll see what happens then. I hope Colton gets his hands on Hollywood. Chris Pierce, what's up, brother? He says, what a show. I appreciate that. Michael Wade says, like I said earlier, just in case, I got a better last name for you, but Memphis Wrestling is a family show. Oh, yeah. Ben says, what's up, Dustin? Great to start the 2-year anniversary. Yes, and I can't wait for next week. We are live, and it's going to be awesome. I'll tell you all about it in just a minute, but I appreciate that, Ben. Always good to see you. Lurvy says, just in case needs to pay the price for his interference. It would be great if K. Toomer or Brett Michaels took their wrath out on both of them during a match. Yeah, well, Big Dan being handcuffed to Just in Case was supposed to alleviate the interference, but instead it just got the wheels spinning from Just in Case and Aaron Roberts to figure out some way to get out of it, and that's what they did. Rob says outside interference is hard to beat. Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. 2-on-1 is tough. And in the Hollywood Clicks case, it's more than 2. What's up, Ronald? How are you? Patrick Moore says, Dream UWN versus Memphis Wrestling card. Big Trouble Ben Bishop versus Jack Tolos. K. Toomer versus Papo Esco. Cassandra Golden versus Rekka Tahaka. I love Rekka Tahaka. Institution versus Hollywood Click. Aaron Roberts versus R3. And Danny Limelight versus Mike Anthony. Haven't heard that name in just a minute. Mike Anthony. Those matches seem awesome. Patrick says, what do you think? I like it. But when I look at that as a wrestling promoter, I'm looking at a bunch of plane tickets and a bunch of hotels. So sometimes the business part of it doesn't work out when the storyline part of it wants to, if that makes any sense, Patrick. But I would expect some sort of major collaboration at some point. But then, of course, when we're launching Derby City Wrestling and then Championship Wrestling presented by CarShield is new every week. And then, of course, Memphis Wrestling. We have dates for the entire year. So there's a lot going on. Another great show. Top yourselves every week, says Rob. I really appreciate it. Hashtag we love T Ward. Yeah, let's get that going. Mac won and would have without interference. Yes. Aaron Roberts versus Jax Dane. Whoa, that's a hard hitting one. Jamal, will we see UWN and AEW Impact crossovers? I'm not sure about that one, but we've already had. Well, I'm sure about that. We've already had AEW guys on our show, and Impact just a year or two ago filmed with Championship Wrestling. So Tyrus is good company to be with. Zay can really go. He can go. Lurvy says, Reverend Ash Taylor minus his Moondog. Big mistake. Congrats, Big Ben Bishop. Memphis Wrestling's Big John Stud. Even if he's a heel, he is worthy wrestler to take notice of in NW rings. I don't know if Big Trouble Ben Bishop is a good guy or a bad guy. I don't think it matters. He just mows down everything in his way, and he is the brand new Cobra Cup winner. He can turn that Cobra Cup in anytime, any place for an opportunity for a championship of his choosing. I don't think Big Trouble Ben Bishop is sneaking up on anybody either, especially the size of him. But let me give you a really quick update, and then I'll go back through. I see $1.99 up there. I really appreciate that, guys. If you want to donate, you can hit the little dollar sign at the bottom and send it over, and we'll put your message up there. So I really appreciate that. I'll give you a shout out in just a second. But tomorrow, FedEx Forum, the premier venue in Memphis, Tennessee, obviously. The Memphis Tigers and Penny Hardaway are tag teaming with Memphis Wrestling for a huge day of action. 12 p.m. bell time, 1 p.m. tip-off. Memphis Wrestling and the Memphis Tigers tag team for live wrestling matches before and after the match. And, of course, we're going to have some shenanigans happening during the game as well. So that's right. Your ticket, you can get it at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. 12 p.m. is live Memphis Wrestling. 1 p.m. is tip-off on the basketball game, and we're playing Cincinnati, and you know we want to put the Beale Street beatdown on Cincinnati, and you can enjoy live Memphis Wrestling while you do it. Once again, get your tickets at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. Now, next Friday, Gabe Paulsky, who is with the WWE, you guys know him from launching Ring of Honor, Evolve, and a lot more. He was Paul Heyman's right-hand man at ECW. He is working with WWE, and he is coming for a recruiting and tryout seminar to Memphis Wrestling. That's coming up on Friday. There are 5 positions available, and that is it. This seminar sells out after we have 5 more registrations, and I know it'll happen. You can go to WrestleCenter901.com to get registered there. Then next Saturday, we're in Tupelo, Mississippi for TupeloCon. It's going to be a lot of fun. Mouth of the South Jimmy Hart will be there. He is a WWE Hall of Famer. And after the last couple of weeks that Memphis Wrestling has had with Jerry Lawler and Jerry Jarrett, I would highly recommend everybody coming out to see Jimmy Hart. And then next Sunday, March 5th, Memphis Wrestling gets franchised. That's right, the franchise. Shane Douglas is coming to Memphis Wrestling next Sunday, March 5th. You could actually save $5 right now by using the code FRANCHISE at checkout. Get your tickets right now at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. I believe ringside are already sold out. This is going to be jam-packed, and I can't help but to think, who and why is the franchise Shane Douglas coming to Memphis Wrestling? And of course, Spring Break was just announced for March 26th with Lindsay Dorado. It's going to be Lucha Lit. And then April 16th is not on sale yet, but AEW producer and coach Jerry Lynn is coming to Memphis Wrestling. It is going to be awesome. Huge lineup. You can get all the details at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. Let me see if I can get caught up here. Sorry, guys. Yes, Maria's Cuss-Jar. Rob would pay for many free tickets, and we give those to the kids. Z says, no need to insult Bobby Heenan like that. I remember the Jimmy Blaylock comment. Steve G says, Mackenzie turning heel. Since it looks like DDT is turning against Blaylock, leave no heels female. Well, we'll see. The story hasn't played out just yet, Steve, but stay tuned. Willie Bowen, Precious Paul Ellering was a great manager too. Yeah, Michael Wade says, okay, my announcement, like I said, I would have for everybody. All right, give me that announcement, Michael. Arturo, what's going on? How are you? Mark Posey, me and my dad are thinking of coming March the 3rd. Yes, March the 3rd is a wrestling seminar. It is almost sold out. If you want to come to the actual show, Mark, then come on March the 5th. Rob says, how did you get Smellsworth stench out of the WrestleCenter? We didn't. As you could see, Matt and Storybook Prince Gaston apparently are on the phone with James Smellsworth. Ellsworth Enterprise Memphis branch? Come on. Eddie Kane, Maine, thank you for the $1.99. I figured that was you. I really, really appreciate it. Also, big shout out to Wrestling with MMA, $10 in the live chat, so I really appreciate that. And I'll tell you what we do with that money is we do take that money and we do buy tickets and we give them out to the fans that can't come. I know a lot of kids all around to whether their family can't afford to come or whatever the case may be, they all love Memphis Wrestling and they want to see it live, and so that's what we do with the money that you guys donate here is we purchase the tickets and give those things out. So thank you so much, Eddie Kane, Maine. I'm sure that they are going to love that you've chipped in to get some tickets. Sylvester, the match between Cassandra and Mackenzie will be a battle tank versus fighter plane. Whoa, yeah. Willie, DDT, the STD got whooped. Thanks, Memphis Wrestling, for all you do, says Robert. I really appreciate that, man. We are having a blast doing it, and we're just going to keep trying to get better and better. Michael Wade says, I'm getting my thyroid removed on the 13th. Be out for a few weeks after that, but I want to be the vigilante for Memphis Wrestling. All right, well, Michael, we hope that you have a speedy recovery. We're going to keep you in our thoughts and prayers and all of that good stuff. Yeah, keep me posted. You send me some DMs from time to time. I want to know how you're doing. DDT needs to be quarantined, says Willie. That's hilarious. Coley says, hey, Dustin, do you know about Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville in WrestleMania 38? Yep, I saw that match. Look how far Sami Zayn has come. That's a good spot for Sami to be wrestling Johnny Knoxville, by the way. Lots of money involved with that. Rob says STD didn't look at all happy with Jimmy the Skunk. Yeah, she took one right in the face. Yeah, Steve G, thank you for that. Good luck with your surgery, Michael. Lurvy says, I know there must be a dozen YouTube channels that show the old Memphis Wrestling archives. I can only go as far as the early 70s. The world of pro wrestling in Memphis looked so different back then. Yes, very similar but different. And I'm a huge fan of the classic stuff as well. I watch it almost every single night. Rob says, just in case, and Big Dan in a dog collar match. Oh my gosh, do you think we could sit through that? Yeah, we could. And watch out, we might book it. Patrick says, am I by myself? Because I want to see UWN collaboration more. Well, the collaboration hasn't happened because everything is still very early. Patrick, we're still building the audience as they are. And I know that they've been in business for over 10 years, but we're literally trying to build these franchises, Memphis, Hollywood, Louisville. There's been some others, Arizona at some point, but it's really hard to keep those things going. So Anyways, yes, definitely collaboration. Trailer Park Barbie lost her marbles after that hit with a cane, says Sylvester. Jamal, keep doing your job. You're doing Memphis. We see the growth, character development, promo, and new stars. You guys are doing it well. Thank you, Jamal. I really appreciate it. So proud of all of our talent, and our trainees are absolutely killing it. Shout out to Mackenzie Morgan, Tim Bosby, Ray Sanders, you name it. They're all in major roles with Memphis Wrestling at this point. Robert says, Dustin, ROH will premiere this Thursday on Honor Club. Will you be watching? I'm sure I'll be watching, probably not live, though. Thursday, I got to see what's on the calendar for Thursday, but I'm excited about it. That gives opportunities for our Memphis Wrestling roster to go and be on a bigger platform. Watch out, champs. Big Ben is hunting for gold. All right, yes, Big Trouble Ben Bishop. Can he be beaten? That's the question. Willie said, I'd love to see United Wrestling Network collaboration with NWA Pro Wrestling and Impact Wrestling. We've had some Impact Wrestling stars here. We've had some NWA stars here, but I don't know that those companies want to partner with another company to do business. But you never know. We'll see. Dennis says he's going to be there. Go Tigers, go. Can't wait, man. Coley says Richard Belzer of Law and Order has passed away. I watched the Hulk Hogan video where he put him to sleep and then carelessly dropped Richard right on his head. Con Cortez, if only I was in Memphis, man. Much love from Philly. Well, I really appreciate that. Sending love right back to you from Mempho. Lurvy says the Southern Gentleman in the NWA seems to be a household name in Knoxville. He has named Kesna made an impact with your side of Tennessee. Sorry if I misspelled his name. Ben says, what do you think about Aaron versus Ben for the #1 contendership spot? Well, Ben's got that spot regardless. Big Trouble Ben Bishop can cash in anytime, any place for a championship opportunity of his choosing. So will Aaron try to crash that? We've seen it before. Country Gentleman, says Willie. Jimmy Hart versus Jimmy Blaylock. How about that match? It might happen next Friday. Cassie Davis has passed away. Thank you for the random bit of information, Coley. A.A. Ron, sorry, I always think about the Key and Peele skit where I hear Aaron Roberts' name. Rumors of Heather Monroe returning to Memphis Wrestling. Is it true? Yes, Heather Monroe will return tomorrow at FedEx Forum to tag team with DDT Diana Taylor to go against Nyx and Mackenzie Morgan. It's a women's tag team challenge match, and I can't wait to see it. That's going to happen tomorrow at FedEx Forum, 12 p.m. bell time. Willie says, Blake Bulletproof Troop versus the Gun Show. Willie says, you're welcome, Lurvy. All right, do you think you would have a Jerry Jarrett Memorial Cup in Memphis? No, I don't think so. I think that something like that would probably have to come from the Jarrett family, just out of all the respect and everything. I don't want it to look like that we're trying to monetize or capitalize on one of our friends' deaths. And I know in the wrestling business stuff like that happens, but I think some sort of memorial will probably happen inside the WrestleCenter. We probably won't change the name of the Cobra Cup or anything like that. And I know that's not what you were saying, but like for a show or anything like that, that would probably come from the Jarrett family. Heather never lost her belt fairly. Man, that happens a lot in Memphis wrestling. Rob says, I can hardly wait for Kate Toomer versus the Gun Show. Me too. Calvin says something about a Bluff City. Yeah, that show doesn't exist anymore. Be careful, Calvin. I don't want to have to throw you out of here. Lurvy says, I also heard about Derby City Wrestling from Patrick Moore. When will it join the UWN? I believe it films on March the 26th. And so then it'll be premiering on television and maybe this YouTube channel at that point too. How about Nanny AC in Memphis Wrestling? I'm not sure who that is. Rob, the preacher learned well from the WrestleCenter training how to take a punch. Yeah, he ate a bunch of those punches. Jamal says, hey, Dustin, HRU, I don't know what that means. Running a promotion. How are you running a promotion? Having a family, it's got to be tough. How are you, brother? We appreciate it. Thank you, Jamal. I really appreciate it. We all enjoy wrestling together. Maria doesn't enjoy it quite as much as I do because I could live, eat, sleep, breathe wrestling all the time, especially Memphis wrestling 100% of the time. Our little boy, Reese the Beast, he loves taking bumps all around the living room or wherever he's watching Memphis wrestling. So he loves watching body slams and wrestling. But yeah, I have to unplug from time to time. Like immediately following this, I have to head to the WrestleCenter and get all packed up for the Tigers tomorrow. And then I've got to go to the Memphis Grizzlies game tonight at FedEx Forum. Last night I had a Memphis Hustle game. I do PA for the Memphis Hustle G League team, the developmental team for the Memphis Grizzlies. And then also I had that on Thursday. And then on Wednesday we had training. So it's almost like something's going on every single day and every single night. And so I do have to step away. My Maria puts me in line, and I have to step away and take care of some family business. So yeah, it is tough, but we're all juggling a whole bunch of stuff. It's just like the regular workflow. It's just that my jobs are a lot of fun. Killer Bay with DDT, STD Carrier. Oh my gosh. Raymel, how are you? Michael says, yeah, Heather Monroe lost her championship to vacant. You know why I say this. Yes, I do know why you say that. Zay Washington will get revenge. Reese is a treasure. Yeah, he's crazy, man. He's actually scaring me because he takes all these bumps and it feels like he's going to break his neck. But I think their bones are like rubber at this point, right, Terrence? He's so young. Let's see. Always on the go. Yes, always on the go. How does a promotion join the UWN? Talk to David Marquez. It's not a simple thing, but talk to David Marquez. Gracie Madeline says, bonjour, Dustin. What's up? How are you? Good evening from Egypt. How are you? What's up? Hello from Memphis, Tennessee. Lurvy says, I still believe Reverend Ash Taylor is the modern Memphis wrestling like Brother Ernest Angel was in '88. Who's next to resemble someone from the past? Modern day Galaxian, Lawler, Dundee. The list is huge. Arturo says, Dustin, you look great. Thank you. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys coming on for the live reaction each and every week. And Rob is right. Memphis wrestling is worldwide. We do like to take a look at it, a snapshot here of Memphis because we do our live events and such around Memphis. We collaborate with the communities and sports teams here in Memphis. But you're right. It is worldwide. There are people watching from all over. I am just like not really shocked, but just like honored that you guys would watch from afar. Ben says, I raised my drink to Memphis Wrestling for 2 years. Here's to many more. Thank you, Ben. And you were in the audience, I would say, for about 90 to 95% of those. And I really do appreciate it. And it's always good to swing by the seat and give you the fist bump, Ben. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Calvin, I like the new Memphis Tigers Championship belt. Yes, the Memphis Tigers Championship belt will be live at FedEx Forum tomorrow. Who's going home with that big blue beauty? What a championship. We love Big Dan, hashtag Memphis Tigers Championship. People talking about it. I appreciate it. Yes, talk about the Memphis belt you display on your desk, Dustin. Yes, so that title belt was created for tomorrow's big event at FedEx Forum, where we are going to have live wrestling matches during a Memphis Tigers game. And so you have to be there to see exactly what's going to happen with that championship belt. But there are a couple of plans. Somebody is going home with that title belt tomorrow. And it's a really, really cool thing for me as a Memphian, growing up, former season ticket holder of the Memphis Tigers, but then growing up and cheering for this team and being there when they went to the national championship and all that good stuff. And so growing up, cheering for this team, my home team, and then now being able to tag team with them with Memphis Wrestling in my business, it's like a dream come true. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to go down tomorrow. Ray Mel says, I look forward to Memphis Wrestling every week. It's entertaining. I really appreciate that. My name is Mohammed from Egypt, and I'm happy for you. Thank you, Mohammed. I really appreciate you stopping in. Stinkerhorn versus Skimmerhorn. Violence too big for Grandma's backyard. What about the trailer park from Uncle Mikey? I think that's really where he lives. All right, guys, I have to get ready and go and pack up for the big event coming up tomorrow. Huge weekend coming up next weekend, and we are just going to keep going. If you need anything at all, or if you need more Memphis Wrestling, I want you guys to go to memphiswrestlingplus.com and register. You can get a free membership for a full month. Check it out first before you actually join with the subscription and the paid subscription. But you will have access to things that all the other wrestling fans don't. Did you know that there's a new Memphis Wrestling Internet Championship? Did you know that is on display right now at memphiswrestlingplus.com? Go and subscribe right now, memphiswrestlingplus.com, and you can get all the latest behind the scenes stuff that you're not supposed to see. All right, Calvin, we'll see you next week. Raymel, thank you. Jake, what's going on? Steve, Rob, everybody, man. Mohammed, Lurvy, he says, thanks, Dustin. Enjoy the week. Time for me to have a little more breakfast where I am. I definitely need to get some of that. Ben, we'll see you next time. I want to thank everybody for watching Memphis Wrestling 105, our 2-year anniversary blockbuster super bout week 1. Week 2, next week, Uncle Mikey, Main Event Bradley settle the score, Colton Cage, Van Vicious, Hollywood blockbuster match, and so much more. Stay tuned to our social media. We'll give you the rundown this week. Let me catch up with these. Just noticed Memphis Wrestling is on the Fight Network. Yes, you can subscribe to Fight Plus, and you can watch all the episodes there. Also, there is a Memphis Wrestling playlist here where you can watch all the episodes in full, absolutely free. Rob, thank you, guys. Stay tuned for some highlights from tomorrow's event. We'll try to put those on the show next week if we can. If there's USWA stuff on there, I'm there. Con Cortez, there are lots of classic. Check out the classic playlist, and you'll see King Cobra, Jerry Lawler, Jerry Calhoun, Bill Dundee, and several others. Lurvy says, oh yeah. Rob says, see most of you tomorrow on UWN. That is a banging show tomorrow. Red Carpet Rumble is over 70,000 views already, so it's very, very on fire. And then also big show tomorrow at FedEx Forum. So I want to thank everybody. I will see you next week. If I don't see you before then, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow at FedEx Forum for bell time. I am Dustin Starr. So long, everybody.